If you subscribe to a variety of YouTubers, you may have come across one or more videos asking, "Where's the fair use?" The hashtag campaign was started by Doug Walker, better known as the Nostalgia Critic, after yet another of the all-too-common abuses of YouTube's Content ID system left him unable to monetize his videos for several days while he navigated Google's labyrinth-like counterclaim process. Now, I'll be the first to acknowledge that my channel is not to the scale of Doug Walker's, or Boogie's, or Alpha Omega Sin's, or many of the other YouTubers that have chimed in to voice their frustrations. I have never made a dime off of my channel. It's not an income source for me, primary or otherwise, as it is for so many other people out there. For me, it's a hobby. But you know what? It's still my channel, and big or small, it deserves to be treated with the appropriate consideration for fair use laws. And that just isn't happening. Not for the big channels or the channels like mine. My first run-in with a copyright strike happened 2 years ago in my weekly news video. Interestingly enough, it wasn't my segment on the Super Bowl that got me my strike, nor did angry creationists strike me in retaliation for making fun of that guy who tried debating Bill Nye the Science Guy. And it wasn't even Sega, who still haven't properly apologized for their Shining Force shenanigans. Nope, in a video with all of that, it was the Olympics that decided I had gone too far by reporting on the fact that Tattoo performed during the opening ceremony in Sochi. The 12 seconds of silent video I used from the opening ceremony apparently infringed on their rights so hard that they didn't just steal my monetization, but they gave me a strike. With my channel being relatively young at the time, I backed down, deleting and re-uploading the video without the footage. Since then, I've had various responses to the copyright claims thrown my way over the couple years that I've been doing this. Sometimes I simply let a company monetize my video. Other times I re-upload it with the offending footage removed. I've also started using tricks to fly under the radar of Content ID. First by slightly cropping the footage, and then by changing the visual layout of my news videos altogether. But then, of course, there's Nintendo. Now, I ignore the fact that Nintendo monetizes anything I upload from my Wii U to YouTube, be it Mario Kart or Smash Bros. Or that I can't stream an evening of Mario Maker or Splatoon without getting bombarded by emails about how I'm violating Nintendo's copyright. I even ignored the time they monetized my E3 Roundup video in 2014. After all, I did technically name my video, "Take My Money, Nintendo." But last summer, the Big N took things too far. In June of 2015, I attempted to clear out my list of claimed videos to get them properly monetized. For the most part, it was easy enough, but among these videos was one Nintendo had claimed because I had reported on an update to Mario Kart 8. I disputed the claim, arguing that not only was the clip heavily modified, but was part of a news video, easily falling under fair use. Nintendo disagreed, and I disputed the claim again, and that's when Nintendo ordered that my video be taken down and issued me a copyright strike. All of this over a video that was, at the time, almost a year old. So let me make this clear. By merely disputing Nintendo's already illegal copyright claim against my video, Nintendo issued me a copyright strike, basically crippling my channel. At this point, I decided to go all in. I countered the claim for a third time, signed my full name, and waited. A little more than 2 weeks later, I finally got an email back. An email written in Japanese saying that the claim had been resolved and I was good to go. So yes, in theory, the system worked. It took nearly a month and I was inflicted with a copyright strike in the meantime, but it worked. But it never should have gotten to that point in the first place, and moreover, how is it even remotely fair that a YouTuber can be penalized for fighting a false copyright claim, but the company that issued the claim can continue to do so with no repercussions? How come Nintendo didn't lose their ability to monetize videos for 2 weeks? They're the ones that were actually in the wrong. At the very least, shouldn't their ability to issue copyright notices be limited considering their obvious lack of discretion? I fought Nintendo, and I won, but I'm ornery and I don't depend on my channel to pay my rent. There are plenty of YouTubers out there that don't have the luxury of risking their channels to get into copyright fights with billion-dollar corporations. And let's be clear here, this isn't malice on the part of these companies, it's laziness. YouTube is too big to effectively police with real people, so they depend on robots. But it's over-reliance on this automated process that's the problem. These robots cast too wide a net and they operate with virtually no oversight. Google needs to start doing something about this. Whether it's a robot or a person issuing the claim, it's still the company's name that gets put on the claim notice, and it's about time they start taking responsibility for it. This is Teek, and I'm asking, where's the fair use?